At first glance, the man sitting alone outside of Jake's Tavern on Riverside Avenue could easily be mistaken for just another elderly man passing through town. At 80, Robert Bob McAllister had the kind of quiet presence that demanded little attention, just a man in an old jacket, weathered from years of service, sitting with a cup of coffee in his hand. Bob's routine was simple. He'd wake up early, enjoy a cup of coffee at the local cafe, stop by the bakery for some fresh bread, and then head back to his modest home just on the outskirts of town. But on this day, things would take an unexpected turn. As he made his way past a row of parked motorcycles outside Jake's Tavern, his coat brushed lightly against the side of one of them. The soft rattle of the chrome echoed through the quiet morning air. But Bob didn't think much of it. He'd always been careful, but at his age, it was easy for things to happen. "I'm sorry about that, son," Bob muttered, his voice low but steady, trying to explain as he glanced toward the biker standing nearby. But the young man, his leather vest decorated with tattoos, his face hidden behind dark sunglasses, didn't acknowledge the apology. Instead, his eyes hardened as he saw the elderly man, and without warning, his hand shot out. The slap was sharp, a loud crack against the still morning air, sending Bob stumbling backward, his coffee splashing onto the pavement, his bread rolling across the concrete. The group of bikers nearby burst into laughter. No one stepped forward to help. No one cared. Bob, now sitting on the ground, tried to gather his fallen bread, his hands shaking not from the cold, but from the sting of humiliation. The laughter from the group only grew louder as they went back to their conversations, leaving Bob to recover in solitude. But then, something changed. A deep rumble filled the air, faint at first, but growing louder. Pedestrians on the street stopped and looked around. Their curiosity piqued. A truck driver paused in his tracks, his hand frozen on the steering wheel. Then, it happened. The roar of a powerful engine thundered from the distance, growing louder by the second. Out of nowhere, a sleek, military-grade jet appeared in the sky, cutting through the clouds with precision and speed. The crowd gasped as the jet made a smooth descent, touching down behind a nearby shopping plaza with military grace. As the ground beneath their feet vibrated, the crowd watched in awe, unable to look away, and moments later, the unmistakable sound of military boots hitting the pavement echoed through the street as a black SUV skidded to a stop at the curb. The doors flung open with military precision, and out stepped a squad of soldiers, their movements sharp and synchronized. There was no chaos, just quiet authority. And then, from the back of the SUV, emerged a man in full military attire. His presence was undeniable. Colonel Dave Anderson, 45. His face aged by years of service, but his eyes still filled with a sharpness that commanded respect. With a purpose in his stride, he walked straight toward his father, Bob, who was still sitting on the ground. "Hey, Pop," Dave said softly, kneeling down to help Bob to his feet, brushing the dirt from his face as he spoke. "I'm here." Across the street, the biker froze in his tracks. The sight of Dave's military insignia hit him like a freight train. His eyes widened, his stomach dropped. This wasn't just any old man he had slapped. This was a man who had served his country, fought in wars, earned medals of honor, and survived the toughest battles. This was a man who had earned every ounce of respect. With steady steps, Dave approached the group of bikers, his calm demeanor cutting through the tension in the air. "Which one of you thought it was acceptable to strike a veteran?" he asked, his voice calm but commanding. The laughter from the group died immediately. All eyes turned to Dave, and the energy in the street shifted. A man in a leather vest stepped forward, rolling his eyes. "The old man bumped into my bike." "Big deal." Dave stepped closer, his voice unwavering. "That old man is my father. He served this country in ways you can't even imagine. He earned a Silver Star, a Purple Heart, and fought through hell to protect people like you. And today, you slapped him, treated him like garbage, because you didn't think he was worthy of respect." The silence that followed was deafening. One voice from the group muttered, "Oh, great, another military hero trying to show off." But Dave didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. His quiet authority carried far more weight than any shout ever could. "This isn't about power," Dave said, His voice still steady. "It's about respect. My father earned it. And today, you all failed him." With a simple hand motion, one of the soldiers called for backup. Within moments, a squad car pulled up, its tires humming against the pavement. No sirens, no flashing lights, just the soft hum of the vehicle as it came to a stop. Without another word, Dave pointed, and the biker was cuffed, his defiance evaporating the moment he realized what had just happened. As the cruiser drove away, the crowd started to stir. People began to gather around Bob, offering him words of support. A woman in her 50s, her eyes filled with regret, handed him a clean handkerchief. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I should have done something sooner." But Bob didn't need the apology. His dignity had already been restored. Within hours, the video of the incident went viral, reaching far beyond the small town. The biker's friends had scattered, and the once boisterous bar fell silent. The mayor even called Dave personally, offering to honor Bob for his service. But Dave's response was simple. "If it's for him," he said, "not for the cameras, he'll be there."